What punishment did Caitlin Clark's stalker receive for online harassment? Before the injuries troubled and the Indiana Fever's standings weighed on Caitlin Clark's mind, she dealt with a month-long emotional storm off the court. Reports worded as very fearful since learning of the messages, and that she has altered her public appearances and patterns of movement due to fear for her safety. For those who haven't followed, it was a case of stalking. Earlier this year, a 55-year-old man from Texas was arrested in Indianapolis after allegedly sending multiple threats and sexually explicit messages to the young Fever guard. The man, identified as Michael Lewis, had been charged with stalking, a level 5 felony. Now, months in, a sentence has been passed down. Details of stalking and harassment against Caitlin Clark. According to prosecutors, Michael Lewis sent over 800 threatening messages on social media between December 12, 2024, and January 11, 2025. It didn't stop there. He was caught on camera driving from Texas to Indianapolis and circling Gainbridge Fieldhouse multiple times. Authorities also discovered he had bought tickets to a Butler University women's basketball game, knowing that Caitlin Clark would be there. Court documents revealed some of the disturbing messages Lewis sent to the Indiana superstar. One read, "Been driving around your house 3x a day. But don't call the law just yet. The public is allowed to drive by Gainbridge, aka Caitlin's Fieldhouse." In another message, he told her, "I'm getting tickets. I'm sitting behind the bench." And perhaps the most unsettling of all, they said I was sending threatening texts, but the only thought on my mind was CATLINNNN. The investigation revealed that Lewis had sent some of his messages to Caitlin Clark from a hotel in Indianapolis. Investigators met with him there on January 8th, where he admitted to having an imaginary relationship with Clark. However, that did not prove enough. Even after that warning from law enforcement, Lewis kept up with the messages, and just days later, on January 12th, he was arrested and officially charged. Since his arrest, Lewis had been held at the Marion County Adult Detention Center. But now, he has officially pleaded guilty. Exact prison sentence ordered for Caitlin Clark stalker. During a tense court hearing on Monday, Michael Lewis told the judge he wanted Caitlin Clark to be safe, claimed he was only trying to point out gaps in her security, and insisted, "I've never threatened her. I've never thought about threatening her." In response, the judge warned that they might reject the plea deal, reminding Lewis that accepting a plea requires taking full responsibility for his actions. So by the end of the session, the plea was accepted and a sentence handed down. As reported by The Athletic, Lewis has been sentenced to 30 months in jail after pleading guilty to one felony count of stalking and one misdemeanor count of harassment. The sentencing came as part of a plea deal with prosecutors in Marion County, Indiana. This resolution ensures that the defendant is held accountable for his threatening actions, the fear he instilled, and the disruption he caused. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears said in a statement, "He will now spend the next 2.5 years in the Department of Corrections, and the victim will be able to have peace of mind while focusing on what matters to her." But there's an important thing to note. While the judge handed Lewis the maximum sentence under state law, 2.5 years, he was given credit for the 197 days he had already served. That means his actual time behind bars for the stalking charge drops to just about 18 months. On top of all of this, the judge also issued a 180-day suspended sentence for the harassment charge. But that's not where it ends. There are additional restrictions placed on Michael Lewis as well. Did the court order a mental health evaluation for Caitlin Clark stalker? When Michael Lewis first appeared in court on January 14th, he made an unusual scene. As the judge greeted him, he leaned back in his chair and immediately declared, "Guilty as charged." This suggested something out of orderly. Later, Lewis confirmed he hadn't been taking his prescribed medication for an unspecified mental illness since his arrest. But there's no confirmation about his claims being true. As part of the plea agreement, however, Lewis has been advised to seek further mental health treatment and return to Texas once he completes his sentence. Official statements on Caitlin Clark's stalking case and athlete safety. It's not often that people speak out about cases like this, but credit to Caitlin Clark for stepping up. It takes a lot of courage for women to come forward in these cases, which is why many don't. Mears said after Michael Lewis was arrested earlier this year. In doing so, the victim is setting an example for all women who deserve to live and work in Indy without the threat of sexual violence. We commend Pacers Sports and Entertainment and the Marion County Sheriff's Office for the swift and serious action that led to this weekend's arrest. Advertisement. Article continues below this ad. Ever since the case came to light, the conversation around women athletes' safety is finally getting the spotlight. Look at Unrivaled, for instance. We have a ton of security in here. You guys see them everywhere making sure. Whether we post pictures or we're on social media, nothing is real time because that's when it's like they are able to figure out where you are, said co-founder Brianna Stewart, highlighting the safety measures the league had put in place. The WNBA also stepped up. During the 2025 draft, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert officially launched the No Space for Hate campaign, a multidimensional platform designed to combat hate and promote respect across all WNBA spaces. As part of the initiative, the league is introducing an AI-powered system to monitor social media activity. In partnership with players and teams, this technology aims to protect the community from online hate speech and harassment. It's unfortunate that it took incidents like the Caitlin Clark stalking case and the situations involving Angel Reese and Paige Buchers to really push organizations into action. But the kind of effort both the WNBA and Unrivaled have put in to protect their athletes is just a step in the right direction.